Hello everyone, I'm STJ and welcome to my first ever American Truck Simulator video. Just an idea I came up with, to just relax, this is a very fun game. When I first started playing it, I probably put in a lot of hours when I first bought it. And now we get to basically drive along and I'll talk about a bunch of random stuff. But for now we have to select a job, so let's see what we have. We have Reno, looks pretty far away, or we could do Phoenix. But I don't know if we can get there in 6 hours, so I'm not really an expert on this map. This looks like a good one right here, the yard truck. 51 grand. But before we do that, first I should probably fill the truck up and then get some rest because my meter is kind of up there. And if you're wondering about my controls and stuff for the wheel, basically my left and right arrows rotate the camera because I don't really have another way of doing so. My L2, you can see there, just toggles the highlights, or headlights, I mean. Am I dyslexic over here or what? Oh yeah, and one thing I was caught by surprise when starting to drive these trucks is just how many gears they have. Like, Indy cars nowadays have 6 gears, Formula 1 cars have 8. These trucks can have up to 15 gears in some cases. So color me surprised when I saw that, but now we reach the rest stop. After we get some rest in, we'll get some fuel and we'll be on our way. Alright, the tank is filled. We can start heading to Phoenix. Almost forgot to release the parking brake. Now we just wait for our opening here, because this can get tricky with the way the camera operates. Yeah, we're out on the road. The estimated arrival time should be 6:18 a.m. Make sure there's no one coming on the right. Oh yeah, that's the thing about using the D-pad in order to change or look around. I mean, it keeps toggling on the wipers for no reason. I can't. There we go, I finally got them off. Stuck behind a slow freaking semi, and of course I can't pass him because there's too many blind spots. So this is aggravating. Oh yeah, if you're wondering what truck I'm driving a Kenworth W900. I'm not really involved in this kind of vehicle, so I don't know what people really prefer as their favorite truck to drive. And as you can see, I already have a decent business going. I have 6 other trucks. And then I even have a second garage out in Phoenix. Finally get to go around this truck. Alright, hopefully we have some clean air for a while. Whoa, we have a construction spot up here. Try to be careful around here. And we got out okay. Whoa, this truck is way too slow. Alright, so basically some random stuff I wanted to talk about was the Olympics video I had planned for the other day. Just recapping some highlights, Apparently, even though I commentate and barely use any actual clips, it's still copyrighted, even though it falls under fair use. So again, I don't get it. The other sad part is that there was some other stuff I wanted to talk about with the Argentina versus Morocco controversy. Basically, Argentina was down in the first half by 2 goals. Very uncharacteristic of a team who won Copa America, but I guess it doesn't help when you don't have Lionel Messi because he's injured. But after that, in the second half, Argentina actually got back a goal. And then at the end of the second half, with 15 minutes of extra time, might I add, that is a lot of extra time needed. Argentina scored a goal thanks to a wild sequence of events. And then some fan decided to throw a firework onto the field. And then fans invaded the pitch. And then fans got all rowdy in the stands. They had to call back the players into the locker rooms for security reasons. I don't know what I ran over there. I thought it was still on the road, but basically after that, all the fans were forced to leave the stadium. And then after a 2-hour delay, the players came back onto the field to finish the final few minutes until a VAR decision suddenly overruled the second goal because a player was half a foot offside. And at this point, I'm getting like real sick of VAR just having to like be used in every single goal now. Like, they have to start putting limits, I think, on VAR and how many times it's used, along with maybe a threshold that has to be met for offside, because are we seriously going to toggle like half a foot as offside now? Like, it should be like there has to be a whole limb or more than half the body has to be offside in order for that to be called. Because this amount of times and all this controversy just isn't worth it anymore. But enough of me rambling about that. Let's talk about some good for the Olympics. I had a lot of fun watching the Rugby Sevens matches. Unfortunately, America got knocked out of the quarterfinals, but I expected that to happen. We're sort of good at Rugby Sevens, but of course we're not going to be up there with the powerhouses of Australia and South Africa. And then we had France just take home the gold medal against Fiji. I'm surprised Fiji made it to the finals. I thought they were going to get eliminated pretty easily in the semis or quarterfinals, but they proved me wrong, so I'll give them that. And yes, I am aware I am speeding. I just want to make sure I beat the deadlines, because these deadlines can be very strict in this game. And now we have to make a left turn. We'll be heading on to the interstate any day now. Oh, here we go. Finally. And we have another traffic stop up here. Let's slow things out. I do not want to get a fine. Alright, now we can speed things up. Am I supposed to take the... Or, I don't know what I'm supposed to take. Oh, here we go. I know now. Yeah. The only downside, I guess, about this GPS is that it can be hard to tell, like, which lane you're supposed to be in to take a certain exit. Because we know nowadays with Apple Maps, they can tell you which lanes you have to be in. But I kind of understand with some technology limitations that it's probably not going to happen. Alright, we're behind some traffic now, so we're going to try and stay relaxed. We gained some time for the destination, just to buy ourselves a bit more time trying to meet the deadline. Does it matter, really, if you don't know the sport? If it's the Olympics, you're probably going to have a lot of fun watching if you give it a chance. Look at all these losers in the slow lane. Guess what, boys? I'm faster. I picked the fast lane. Oh yeah, one funny thing that happened to me before on this game was when it was coming towards nighttime, I could still see pretty well in the truck, and the sun wasn't even all the way down. But I guess there's something in the game that forces you to have headlights on after a certain time. But I didn't know that, and I kept getting fined, even though I wasn't speeding. So I'm like, why the heck am I getting fined? And then I finally realized it was my headlights, even though I didn't need them. So yeah, that was weird. Alright, only 10 minutes out, and as you can tell, I completely forgot to use my blinker to change lanes. But I decided to speed a bit, just to cut some more time. I am definitely gonna get fined if I keep this up during the delivery. But who cares? It's just a simulator. Oh yeah, and here's the scary part. I just made the same mistake again. If you don't shift down the gears quick enough, you're probably gonna roll back down the ramp and cause an accident. Almost happened once, which is kind of embarrassing. But good thing this isn't real life. I was also thinking about installing a mod that's available for this game, to where we can have real life companies in the game, you know? Instead of, what is this, Wahlbergs or whatever the heck, we could actually have Walmart. And then instead of Gallon Oil, we can have Havoline or some other oil company, you know? But we made it with plenty of time to spare. Now it's time to select our freight. Yard trucks to San Jose. It is accurate. Whoa, what's happening to my... Alright, that's much better. Alright, here's the trailer we'll be picking up. Just gotta back it in carefully. And don't want to hit that fence. I don't think I'm going to. Alright, still clear. And then attach it. So some controls, I don't know if they're recommended, but some I use, which I hope can help some other users get started with. I use the Logitech G29, of course, but I use L3 and R3 for my blinkers. I use L2, of course, for the headlights. For the horn, I use my PlayStation button. For pause, I use the option. And maybe later in the video, I'll go over some more stuff. And I'm on the road. Woo! Woo! Gotta swing wide. Oh, I bogged down way too much. That stop sign. Oh, and I meant to shift up, not down. We're okay. 14-hour drive almost to San Jose. So that car did not have the right of way. Why the heck did he do that? Basically what I was gonna say, my estimated like real lifetime for the drive, since this game is 1 to 20 scaled, I'm assuming that's going to mean like between 30 minutes and an hour. Oh yeah, also my brakes are like very touchy on this truck. Maybe it's have to do some settings I didn't properly do, but that's fine. I'm pretty used to it. And we'll be getting on the I-10 West, heading towards Los Angeles. But of course, we'll be passing that in heading towards the Bay Area. Probably should have swung out a bit more. I saw my back tires there hit the curb. This kind of reminds me of some stream I found of someone playing ATS. They were pretending to like literally drink and drive. Never do that in real life, or else you deserve to go to prison. And he was like swerving like 50 miles an hour over the limit, just, you know, just being a goof. Pretty funny stuff. Activate the cruise control, let's relax for a bit and just take in some scenery. And I gotta say, even though this game isn't graphically impressive, the scenery is really cool. Hopefully in another video I can like show you guys the i5 and just how pretty accurate it actually is, even though it's scaled 1 to 20 instead of 1 to 1. I'm also aware that this game has DLC for other states, like you can purchase Colorado, Utah, and even more states east of Nevada and Arizona. Only thing is, though, of course, I'm not exactly made of money here, and even if I were to purchase certain states, like, which ones should be the best to drive, and what happened to my cruise control? I find, you know what, it probably had to do with my brakes flickering. Even in this game I have that problem. What was I saying? The DLC. If I want to purchase DLC, I want to have it connecting. You know, I don't. My cruise control just went off again. You know what? I might have to just drive this thing manually. Like, I don't. Like, I'm still on the base content, California, Nevada, and Arizona. I don't want to just purchase Texas and not be able to drive there because it's not connecting. Like, I'm gonna have to start off with some connecting states, you know, like New Mexico, Utah, you know, Oregon, that's another one. And there's even the California rework update where I think it was Santa Maria and Oxnard got revamped. The locations look different now. I gotta drive through those areas and check those out at some point. And yes, I was aware I was going over 80 miles an hour. You don't have to friggin' go off on me in the comments for that. Life isn't fun when you take it slow. Sometimes you have to be fast. There's my load right there. And yes, you can take out loans in this game to buy more garages and trucks, you know. But you have to like be actually doing jobs in order to pay it back. And there is interest. Quite a lot of it. Alright, the rest meter is kind of getting up there, so probably if we come close to a stop, we'll have to try and take a rest here. Basically, how the rest system works, if you max out the tiredness meter or the rest meter, whatever you want to call it, your driver will actually start getting a bit hazy. Like, vision will start fogging in and out, and it'll probably mess you up if you go too long without rest. So that's one recommendation if you want to play this. Alright, there's a good spot right there, just off the I-10 and then going back onto the I-5. If it happens though that my rest is still good, I can go a bit longer, then by all means I'll go a bit longer. Alright, getting off on exit 37. Gonna head on to the rest stop. Oh yeah, and after our rest is out, we're probably gonna have to fill up on gas because we're kind of low. Alright, we made it down the hill. Here's our rest stop. And oh yeah, it is a sketchy motel. I don't know if I was allowed to turn in on there, but we made it. Time to get some rest. Alright, it is now 9:22 p.m. Gonna be heading back onto the road. If we can maneuver our way out of this parking lot. Oh, this might be a bit tricky. Gotta turn right. Hope I don't hit that wall. Stay as close to the left side as possible. And we're clear. Good thing is, though, there is a gas station up here, so we can get some more gas. Definitely gonna have to fill up in order to make it to San Jose. Alright, here we are at the station. I don't know which gas brand this is supposed to be based on. Maybe it's something completely made up. Gonna have to be careful maneuvering through this as well. Damn, over $500 of gas. But I'm not confident I can make it out of here without hitting the gas thing, so we're gonna have to try and back out very strategically, but not have our trailer end up on the road. We're gonna try to let's see, am I gonna hit that thing? I don't think so. Alright, somehow we made it through okay. Now the question is, can we get the heck onto the road without hitting any curbs? Somehow we made it work. Sorry I had to hold you up there, car. It's unfortunately part of the job. And we're on to the I-5, heading north towards the Bay Area. And as you can probably see, we're right around Los Angeles, which is kind of cool. This is a pretty neat route, I have to say. We got to see some cool forests, getting to drive through downtown LA. Unfortunately though, we're gonna have to leave this all behind. Oh yeah, now that I realize, we are entering back to the Grapevine heading northbound. And one flaw I found in this game is that even though there are the mandatory truck lines on the right side, as you can see, the game doesn't actually mandate that you stay in those lanes. So it's, if you want to just go faster in the normal traffic lanes, you can. Hopefully in another update though, that'll all be worked out. We are now outside of the the Grapevine, I mean. And we're going to be taking a ramp here very soon that'll keep us on the I-5. If you keep going straight, that'll actually put you onto the CA-99. Definitely don't want that happening. Just about 200 miles left in our journey to San Jose. Pretty successful trip. We still haven't got docked for speeding. We haven't gotten headlight fines because we're keeping them on all the time. We were able to cut the arrival time down actually to 4:30. Don't ask how I was able to do that. I'm sure y'all already know. If you saw my Instagram before, then you'll probably know that I was actually in the Bay Area about a month back for Golden Gate's final race day, probably forever. Gotta get through this ramp safely. And we do just that. And it was a pretty fun time, you know, being at Golden Gate. It sucks that the track is going away. Who knows what's going to be like its final fate. will someone actually buy up the property and demolish it, or will it just sit there abandoned? Like, I hope one day some passionate horse racing fan will just buy up the track and then revitalize it and revive horse racing in the Bay Area because like, that's not the first track in the Bay Area that's been shut down. We had Bay Meadows, I think, a couple decades ago, shut down and then get demolished. Like, you just gotta wonder, like, who's next? What's gonna be the next track in line to get demolished because it just doesn't make enough money? And then we have to make another right turn. I think this is a state highway, if I'm not mistaken. Oh yeah, and ignore those cross signs. We're not supposed to turn there. We're supposed to turn a little later on the road. If you were wondering why those X marks are there, I'm assuming that's like some sort of a DLC road that's supposed to connect to another state. Who knows? I was right. We do get onto a state highway here, the 101 North. It's so much fun, you know, just cruising around on random highways. Like, even if it's just virtual, like, the amount of scenery and stuff you can learn from it. Just wish I could just do that more. Less than 30 miles to go. We are almost there. Oh yeah, that's an actual thing now. Nebraska is also getting added to the game. ATS does make their own, I guess, billboards to let players know about new stuff coming to the game, which is kind of cool. Now we have less than half an hour, and our exit is just down this way. Old Bayshore Highway. Once again, gonna have to be very careful here. I'm gonna try to take this slowly. Luckily though, we have a green light already. Swing wide. USBB. What is this place? I think this is the first time I pulled up here. And whoa, I messed this up big time. I didn't know there was gonna be a gate like that there. I thought it was just gonna be a wide open pathway. San Jose discovered. Oh, I forgot. I've never actually been to San Jose before in this game, which is weird considering how long I've been playing. Let's see the parking jobs here. Where do you need it? Or, you know what? I'll do it for the video. Screw it. I was just gonna play it safe, but I'm not trying to be a pushover in this landscape. I'll do the best I can for all of you. Question is, how the heck am I going to do this? Like, there's no way I can actually back the thing through here all the way just to get into here. Like, I'm gonna have to do some chicanery just in this lot in order to skip parts of the trailer. I'm not gonna skip anything. Now we're gonna try to keep turning right, try to get this thing aligned. Alright, now that we've gotten kind of aligned toward the... Actually, you know what? I'll pull up a bit more. Okay. Now we're going to Move the front end slightly, try not to hit anything on the side. God, it's so hard to see that mirror, I'm sorry. Make sure I don't hit a post. Who's just leaving open boxes right there in the first place? That's kind of dumb. Yeah, this is a tricky part of a job, isn't it? Alright, we probably turned a bit too much. Let's try to... No, I think I'm doing everything wrong. Let's try and crank the wheel this way. Dude, see, even when I'm trying to get in a line, I just cannot... I just can't get it completely straightened out, you know? Oh, but I was kinda close here. Okay, we're almost aligned. We just need to keep it straight. We can afford a bit more in that direction. Then we straighten out just a bit more. Keep it coming. Keep it coming. And there we go. We actually had a successful parking job. 51,000. And that'll be it for today's ATS video. Thank you all for sticking around. I hope you enjoy this kind of stuff. You know, maybe if this is successful, I'll do more ATS videos down the line. If you like this kind of content, like to subscribe, it'll mean a lot. And I'll see you all in the next one.